Alrighty, this is not the weekend video, it's Thursday, but I thought I would give a kind of an update on how the week is going. But you know how the week is going because you're in this as well as I am. Um, anyway, I felt like I've been away a bit too long, so it's time to kind of jump back in the game. I didn't get to a video last weekend, it just, well, that's life. Anyway, hope you're all well, and as you can see right now, I am starting on that elusive Bitcoin. Or no, sorry, wrong word. That crazy Bitcoin. Um, I know lots of people like this, and I can understand why lots of people want to get away from the fiat currency system. I can understand that as well as anybody else can understand that. It's uh, I'm quite sympathetic to that. Also, I'm sympathetic to that point of view. Um, I really do think that government controlled currencies is not a whole lot of freedom in that. But then again, since when people stopped caring about freedom a long time ago. Uh, okay, so what do I view about Bitcoin? Well, I think the very first obvious thing that should be said is the move that has happened over the last few weeks. Not only did we suggest, or did the pattern suggest that it was going to happen, we were moving in a contracting triangle, and I was all along I was expecting a move to at least 30, 13.8, 13.830. That was the what I'm calling the A wave high that happened way back, June 19. But I did think that there was a possibility we could go to about 15. Now, what did we do? We went up to, hey, why not 18,300 or whatever the hell it's whatever the hell price it struck this week. Please let us refocus or concentrate on reality for a second. This is a blow off top. Not only is it a blow off top, it's a blow off top in a C wave. And not only is it a blow off top in a C wave, it's a blow off top in a C wave of a B wave. So wave B being the ultimate transgressor, the ultimate deceiver. Wave B, you could say that's what you call it. That's the devil's wave. The deception is here. I think we've had a pretty clear 3-wave up pattern. It's probably a zigzag pattern. We've got 5 waves up in A, 3 waves down in B, and now 5 waves up in C. Do we get to a new all-time high? Oh, God only knows, And the people that are willing to, spend 20,000 on, a line of ones and zeros, they know that, if someone's willing to pay 19,000 or 18,400, you'll easily find a person that'll pay 20,400. But the greater fool is going to die. The greater fool will not be there. It went the last time. It's going to go this time as well. I would just caution a lot of healthy skepticism here, especially when it's most obvious that people have gone just a little bit crazy in this market. And by the way, it's a very, very small, thin market, so it's a speculative vehicle. If you like speculation, fair enough. But don't expect, the high. Well, what's that? Jeremy Grantham. What does he say? The higher you pay for something now, the more you pay for something now, the less you should expect in returns in the future. So I think that is eminently applicable today in Bitcoin. So the short-term pattern, the long-term pattern in the daily pattern is pretty solid. Yep, I can hear you. Yeah. Uh-oh. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll run down to it in a minute. All right. Thanks. Bye. Sorry, phone call there. Um, right. So fair enough. We've had a blow off top. Everybody's super excited. Um, I read something during the week there that some bank analyst was expecting Bitcoin to go to 380,000. Yeah, and that's only like 18 times the price it is today. So we can when someone starts making calls like that, I think that's the original line that I had there. Maybe 15,000. Um, when someone starts making calls like 380,000 for an invisible, replicatable pseudo technology, line of ones and zeros, um, then we should start asking questions. Okay, and don't. I'm not going to be put off from asking questions about something that I just cannot wrap my head around at all whatsoever. And people are going to say, well, of course you can't understand it because you just you of course you don't believe in it because you just don't understand it. Okay, that's fair. It's a fair assessment. I'm going to work on the patterns. The pattern says this rally is done, more or less. There may be another greater fool to finish off an extension of a fifth wave, but I think we've filled enough trend channels now, and we've met enough targets to really start to look for a major reversal in Bitcoin. I'm not going to spend the whole video on Bitcoin, but what do I mean by a major reversal? Well, I mean a major reversal. That's what I mean by a major reversal. What did Wave A do off that all-time high? Well, Wave A only collapsed, $16,000. That's what Wave A did. A similar decline from the current levels will bring us down to where? Will bring us down to about $2,000. And I do not expect it to stop there. Maybe we'll go a bit higher. Maybe this will be an expanded flat. Maybe we'll break up above 20,000. Who knows? But wave C will come as the sun rises every morning, and this bout of speculation will be routed out of existence. Okay, well, I've read so many articles this week about mainstream adoption. Well, you just go and find me someone who buys their coffee with Bitcoin and pays for fuel with Bitcoin. I remember a couple of years ago, my brother was telling me a joke about Bitcoin, and it goes something like this: son goes into the father and asks can he buy $100 Bitcoin? The father goes, "You want $100 to buy Bitcoin? What do you mean you want $150 to buy Bitcoin? I'm not giving you $200 to buy Bitcoin. $50 on Bitcoin is an absolute waste of money. $10 on Bitcoin? No way." Meaning, 5 seconds from now, we could be $5,000 lower or $5,000 higher. Don't remortgage the house, folks. Okay. Back to some semblance of normality. Not that fiat currencies are, any major stable, but here we are. This is the world we live in. Okay. I was talking last night and the last couple of days about this. This is Eurodollar. I was talking about this 118 low. 118.14 low, and that seemed to be like an internal spike low. That could be a B wave low. I don't know within the alternate count. This is B wave. Well, let's go back to the 4-hour count. I'm still tracking a possible triangle, and it's a triangle B wave. So this B wave should complete below 120, 120.08. That's the wave C of B. And off that, I mean, we've just gone pretty much sideways over the whole summer. So I'm looking at wave D complete and now wave E finding a top. But the alternate count could view a larger wave D in play. Now let's get into that hourly count here. So if this larger wave D, here you can see the main wave count is looking at the recent low at 116.01 or 116.02 if you want to call that as wave D, and then we are tracking higher in 3 waves at complete wave E of B. But we could also be working on a larger top out in wave B, and then a move lower in 5 waves in wave C of D. So this D wave is kind of in flux right now. So that is where I'm kind of concentrating this week. So we have a possible B wave top in place. And if that's the case, you would have expected a move down below, let's say, the internal pivot point here, this central pivot point. That's kind of comes in around 118.14. So I was kind of looking at that this week. Well, over the last couple of days anyway, as some sort of indicator point that maybe we're turning down into a larger wave C of D. And this all goes within the same triangle. It's as clear as muck right now. But if the alternate count is correct, then we should expect another 3 waves down, and possibly down to around that 116, 115 level again to complete a larger wave D. So let's see how that works out today. Pound dollar kind of switched midweek this week, looking at this 3 waves up in wave B, wave C of B. This is kind of the main reason why I'm not viewing any breakout against the dollar right now. This is just a counter trend move. If there is any strength going to build anywhere, it is in the dollar against the pairs. All right. We have a possible A of B, 3 waves flat in B of B, and then an ending diagonal wave C of B. So that's wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have absolute to the percentage of a pip. To the percentage of a pip, to a pip double bottom here. So that does count as a second wave. Even though we've matched with the the 0 rate there, the 0 point of wave C. We've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we matched to, I think, pip as well with the top. So, and we've decided to start falling again. So last night, looking at that top, it looked vulnerable. So we've kind of moved a little bit. The action is a little bit sharper off the top. So there is the potential for a 1 wave here. So let's watch that for the rest of the day and maybe into tomorrow. I mean, if we get a small lower high here, it may be a tradable lower high down into a wave 1 down, or even to begin a whole C wave down. Especially if we break, I think, below this kind of, well, I'm marking 131.06. That may be a bit lower, might be a bit too low for people to kind of start speculating, but definitely 132. If we break, sharply below 132 again, that might be a level to watch. But obviously, we need to hold 133.12 right now. Okay. Now, during the week, this was kind of a developing catastrophe, I was going to say, but a developing pattern that was really worth watching. This wave 1 high has kind of developed, but I took the new high as this is a running flat 4th wave within wave 1. So, and the move off that running flat 4th wave seems to be in 5 waves. So it's got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A little blip to a new high, wave 1. And the reason being is the move off that high, it looks like a zigzag. It looks like 535, if you're going to call it anything. but it looks like it's in 3 waves. So we've hit the 78.6 retracement. It's a pretty deep retracement for us. You might expect that in a B wave anyway, or sorry, in a second wave anyway. So let's see if we can head higher again over the next couple of days. Again, a higher low here. We will, if we work to a higher low again after, let's say, the Wednesday night lows, then we will have a higher low after a higher low. So it'll be time for a breakout, and that's what I'll be looking for. Stock market is tipped, I think, is tipping towards the alternate count now, which means we'll run higher, but again, it's just way too impressively so over bullish and overbought and overextended to be anything but long-term bearish. So I just can't see a bullish argument, even though the market has rallied and the market continues to rally against all the better advice. But anyway, here we are. This is the 4 count that I'm looking at. Wave 1, 2, and then extension in wave 3. So we've got wave 1, 2, sharp move up in wave 3 of 3, possible triangle 4th wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 5 of 3. And then this turned out to be a flat correction, wave 4. Interesting to note that wave 4 of 5 found support at the previous 4th wave. So we moved higher off that again. And here we are pushing the upper boundary of this pattern again. I am I am happy enough calling this 5th wave as pretty damn near complete because mainly we have an extension in wave 3, and I wouldn't be expecting an extension in wave 5 if we've got an extension in wave 3. And we are closing in on wave 1 and 5 equaling. So that comes in at about 3,400. And if we are going to finish out this pattern here of a move higher in a 5th wave, that would probably bring us up above 3,400. You'd probably be talking maybe somewhere in around 31,000 level. Anyway, close to the end. Right, gold moving lower this week. It's a tough little pattern to call at the moment. We did break an internal B wave low and the running flat low of wave A of B, so we're pulling close to the lower end of this corrective move higher. So you could call this close to a signal that wave 1 down, or sorry, wave 3 down is beginning. I would wait for this low at 1850 to break again and see if we can clear out 5 waves down before correcting higher in wave 2. Okay, but we're close. The pattern is not ideal, I'll give you that, but let's see how this works out. Okay, we'll move on. This is kind of dragging a bit now. Crude oil, this was a very tenuous pattern, but so far so good. We have 3 waves up, possible second wave. Let's see if we can move down into a 3rd wave. The S&P moving again, or shifting towards the bearish alternate count here. I'll hold them in equal stay at this moment in time. Get rid of that. So the main wave count is a little more sanguine, or a little more bullish. So we've got an ABC pattern in wave 2, and then you'd rally in wave 3. Or this could be wave. Let's take a look at the alternate count there. So this could be wave 1, 2, rally in wave 3. It could be a small triangle 4th wave here. I'll just get some trend lines around that so you can actually see it. And there you see that contraction. 4th wave, and then maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up in wave 5 of 5 of 5 of 5 of 5 of 5. We'll see. For the moment, you can still you could still view this move off the high equally valid as a second wave at one lower degree, which would be the alternate count, or as wave C of 2. So let's see how that works out today. So the futures are lower this morning. But if we get a retracement again, then I think, I mean, if we break, we retrace higher and we break above 3,600, then we'll probably move to that alternate count. Okay, silver is again moving lower today. A little bit more impulsive to the downside, I must say. We could have a wave 1 running flat, wave 2, and now a wave 1 and 2 of 3. So we have wave 3 in green here. Looking for overall a 5-wave pattern lower in wave C. And you can see here on the 4-hour chart that the minimum projected target for wave C here of 2 lies at 2165, let's say, or call it 2160. But I would expect a 5-wave pattern to carry below that, maybe towards that 18 or 19 level. I haven't let go of that one yet. I've spoken about Bitcoin. I think I'll end it there because I didn't even mean to do that much, because I want to, do a more in-depth video tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Friday already. Okay. Thank you all. Blessings to you all today. Let's see how the day goes, and hopefully we'll be able to make more sense of it tonight, and obviously tomorrow night. But in terms of Bitcoin, which was kind of where I started this, and here we have come back around. Please be cautious. You might look at me and say that I'm just way too cautious, but fair enough. But you don't want to buy into a complete overbought, overbullish scenario. Okay. That does it. God bless. We'll see you tonight, and then tomorrow, hopefully, for another video. Tell me if this audio is better, because I have a new mic set up today, and I think for once people might be able to hear it, which is always good. All right. God bless you, and we'll see you tonight. Bye-bye.